have here Lipokini, the coordinator of the Mishikito Students Union. Now, why Nagaland News Network is here? Because the Students Union has taken up the initiative and has decided that they will not accept funds or any form of donation from any chief guest or any particular person that come for their programs in Mishikito village. So they have also taken up the initiative of encouraging the youth and other student union also to do the same. Lipo, thank you for sitting with Nagaland News Network. Can you please tell us about the students union? How old is the students union, and what is it that the students union do?
Thank you so much for covering our MSU. Yeah, our MSU was established in the year 2005, and with the motto, en route, disciplined, versatility. So it was on 2005 that established, but then in 2011 we came up with certain ideas that we have been following it as a tradition under the leadership of our Sir Olive Achumi, who was the president during that tenure. So what we do is that we do not accept any funds or donations from the chief guests that we invite in our conference. And instead what we follow the tradition is that we give them the fuel expenses. To the chief guest, as a sign of appreciation and thanking them for being here, for being attending the biennial conference or any annual conference that they come for, and blessing our youths or students with encouraging words and all. So that is the tradition that we have been following. If we talk about the funds that our union, how we create or how we manage, is that we don't go for any donation drive or anything from any particular individual. But instead, what our executive we do is that in a year, either 2 to 3 times, we go for a scrap collection from every household, those who are willing to donate, as well as we go for betel nut collection, and we sell them, so that we can convert that into money, and then we use that fund for organizing such conferences. So we don't have to take donations or any funds from the chief guests. So this is how we have been functioning, and we are looking forward more in the years to come to carry on this tradition, as well as we are not making it a publicity. It have been following since 2011, but it was not known to anyone except the chief guests who come and attend. Yeah, they only know about it because we are not focusing on the publicity though. But then we were just having a hope, and we were thinking that yes, one day if we keep on doing the good things, it will spread on slowly. So that is why today the Nagaland News Channel Network, the media team are here to cover about the things that is going around in our Mishikito.
We have also heard that the MSU, to create more awareness amongst the youth in the village. What are the initiatives taken up? And we have heard about clean elections, that motto to go and not to accept money during elections. So can you give us a little explanation on that?
Yeah, what our union believe is dignity of labor. We go for a clean, we want to encourage union is the first starting stage, I should say, for every kind of election that takes place in our state, Nagaland. So I think that it is the first step of every union to have a fair mindset and clean mindset if we want to look forward to the better Nagaland in the days to come. Because this is the first step that every individual takes before taking step into huge platforms of election and all. So what we encourage in our village is that it is not necessary that what we know. As our chief guest on that day, he was also encouraging us that it was Dr. Andrew Ahoto, State President Nagaland Nationalist People Party. So he was also encouraging that for choosing a leader, we have to be very specific about what kind of quality or skills that particular leader have. We should be free of political minds, but instead we should think about the people, our own society, our own people living around us, not just about one's benefit. No? So that is the main focus. And so regarding this clean election, we want to encourage every youth and every citizen of Nagaland that we should not accept the money. In other words, we can say that we should not sell our votes because it is the right time for us to realize that it is not about the money that we need for just one-time use, but it is for the betterment of our state, for the betterment of every citizen living in this state, that it is a time to change. It is time to change. It is time to take step. It is the MSU that we just want to tell the people that if we are not if the union, this very small union, can function even without accepting money from the chief guest, or we can organize such a big program even accepting money without accepting the money from the chief guest, then of course one can overcome this and have a clean election. No, that is all.
Okay, that's really nice. And you were saying about not accepting any money or donation from chief guests for any program. So how did this idea come about, or what made the MSU initiate this?
As said earlier, it was started in the year 2011 under the leadership of Mr. Oli Fachumi as the president. So the main focus was dignity of labor, as mentioned earlier. What we want to say, what we want to convey is that we have to work hard for ourselves, for to fit in to the society, and then to, to be productive. We have to work hard to be productive. So what we do, what we have been doing is that we don't accept money. So that have been repeating, I have been saying again and again, because the main focus is dignity of labor. So like many union, as we look into their context, they accept money from the chief guest, and that's how they function. But we wanted to do something different. We wanted to make the change, because there is a very common saying that a little change starts from within. So that is the little change that is starting within this Mishikto village, and we want to spread out to other states or other union as well.
So you said that to sustain the MSU, the money that you all collect to scrap collection, and then you sell it off, or beetle nut and all. So in the village, is everybody supportive of this?
Yes, very much. Our village members, they are very much supportive, and that is how, if we talk about the collections and funds, how much we make, in annually we make about 60 to 70,000 through those scraps and all that. So with that money, we don't just use it, but we use that for providing certificates to children, those who excel in their academic results, to encourage them to do more better and to keep on doing what they are doing at their best level.
What is the strength of the MSU at the moment? Kiman Manua say, how many members are there right now?
If we talk about the executive, we are 23 of us, and if we talk about the student enrollment, we have 511 students enrolled.
What is each, most of the members, they're still, in students, or I see that there's a lot of young people in the village. I saw many youth just coming here on the way here. I saw a lot of youth. So would you say that all very young, dynamic members, or how is it? We always see all this students' union have very old, much older than, so.
Our executive, we are very young, dynamic, and energetic peoples, because our village, it's not that old as comparing to others. It's not even 25 years till now. So we are still growing, and some of our executive, they are working as well, but still then they give their best effort to unite this, to come together and make out the programs for the betterment of our people in our village.
Coming back to not accepting any donation, this chief guest, of course, they're not aware of it. So was there any experience when a chief guest gave money and then you gave it back to them? What is their reaction? Was there any incident, or what is their reaction?
It has never happened like that, because before the program, when we go for the inviting them or to be the guests, we tell them that we, as our MSU, what tradition we follow. Nah? So it has never happened that way.
inform them and then they follow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They must be very happy also. So, and how many households are in the village?
There are about 350 plus, approximate.
So, sustaining the MSU, the Students' Union, it won't be so easy with, that much amount per year, yearly, by selling scrap and, because a lot of unions, they survive through donations and donation drives and all that. So, what do you feel about MSU? Is it sustaining enough for the MSU?
I would say it is more than enough, because I feel that every executive that we have, they are very much sincere, they are very much truthful, and for a union to function or to sustain very well, it depends on the executive also, I think, because if they have some corrupted minds, somehow the income becomes shortage and all. But then I believe that our union, we are very much sincere, we are very much honest with what we do, what we are assigned. So yeah, that is much more than enough. And then if we talk about the funds, we do not give out the certificates or gifts to all the students in the biennial conference. What we do is we set a particular percentage category, so that few, like particular students, not every students, but those who are doing very much well in their academics, they get the certificate and all. So that is, I think it's enough for us to sustain our union.
So that was Lipo with us with Nagaland News Network. She is the coordinator for the Mishikito Students Union. Now, I hope that this encourages a lot of unions as well. A very young, dynamic team that is here, and they have decided and chosen not to accept funds or any donation or go knocking on doors asking for funds to sustain their students' union. In fact, what they do is they collect scraps and from the village residents, and then they sell it, and also they sell betel nut and everything, and then they earn about at least 60 to 70,000 a year, which she said is much more than enough to sustain the MSU. Esther here with video journalist I am for Nagaland News Network.